Yeah, my mic was muted just now. A very good afternoon. Happy Friday, folks. Today is our fifth edition on our daily show, the Act Now Hot Issue What's for Lunch. Hope you're having a great afternoon so far. Weekend is upon us. Hujung minggu sudah hampir menghampiri kita. And we do hope that you guys are having having a very good time, having a cool down time. Yes, Malaysia is actually very, very hot right now. It has been reported that we're going to be having this kind of weather right up until September. So kalau you all ada banyak kain yang nak kena jemur tu memang best. Tapi kalau you all ada yalah kalau ada banyak yalah pokok ke tanaman ke, oh memang you all kena siram every day lah sebenarnya. Itulah sebenarnya our purpose of this show is actually to give you guys the latest news of whatever is happening around the community as well as whatever that is hot that is being spoken of right now. And of course, I am not alone as always, guys. Let me just introduce to you my partner in crime for today, as always, Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin, what is up?
Very good afternoon. Well, I'm planning for a party for tonight.
You're planning for a party. Okay, do not break that news yet because we're not really there yet. Hold your horses. I know you're very excited to talk about wanting to party, wanting to have a good time, but we're not there yet. Before we actually go into those kind of things, Melvin, just wanted to ask you.
Hey, who cares? It's in my house.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares, right?
For the party for tonight?
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't need an invitation. I do not want to contribute to any such activities.
You just come in. You're always welcome.
I'm always welcome. Okay. Thank you, but I'll stay on this side of town. Thank you very much. How has the weather been for you? It has been a very hot a few days, isn't it?
Oh, yes. As you say, the plants, I have to water my plants every day. Extra water. They need extra water.
Yeah, extra water, exactly. I mean, it has been very hot. It has been very humid. Panas terik sebenarnya daripada pukul 12 sampailah pukul 5, 6 petang. It is very hot, streaking hot and everything. So our advice to each and every one of you, our beloved viewers, make sure you guys get yourself hydrated all the time. Minum air kosong. Jangan minum air coke. Jangan minum air bergula. Jangan minum teh tarik sangat banyak-banyak. Minum air kosong because plain water would then be good for you. All right.
Well, water is good as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's jump to our topic of the day. Yes, I know that you memang tak sabar nak buat party sebenarnya, but yeah, we're going to be talking about a different kind of party here, Melvin. We're going to be talking about a different kind of celebration because it is known that a couple of days ago ataupun 3 hari yang lepas, someone has been naughty. Someone has been very naughty in trying to kadang-kadang mungkin dia nak kuatkan semangat ke, mungkin they just want to release their tensions and everything, but apparently partying cops have been arrested. What is up with that, Melvin?
Yes, and that's why I say I learned from them. Tonight's team, I'm going to have this called the Jailhouse Rock.
All right, elaborate more about this thing that has happened in Kajang, Melvin. What can you tell us?
Yes, I think it's in the district office in Kajang, where a group of 3 police officers and 4 civilian ladies were partying in a special room in the police stations in Kajang, in the district of Kajang. I can't believe what I read. And not only that, they have alcohol beverages and kentung juice found in the room. Oh my God! Oh man, some report says when they called the police station, district station, no one picked up the calls. Probably they were knocked down.
Okay, that is just very scary because as much as however you want to spin this, there's no way to defend this because there's so many laws that has been broken over here. One is obviously, not following the SOPs because you're not supposed to be confining yourself in a room with plenty of people. And of course, being in a police station nonetheless, involving alcohols and drugs even, because if I'm not mistaken, the police officer or the Ketua Balai, as it was reported, was actually tested positive with his urine test of drugs, of marijuana. Ooh.
Oh, please, these are the black sheeps. I believe cops are good people. I always have this positive thinking, but these black sheeps had to be cleared out. I think it doesn't need multiple investigations. They're tested positive. They are they have breached the codes of conduct, just terminate them. They are not fit to represent the police force in Malaysia.
Yeah.
That's all.
And exactly as what has happened, yeah, exactly. And what has happened is that this particular Ketua Balai or the head of the police headquarters in Kajang for this particular branch, at least, he has been suspended of his duty and obviously under this disciplinary record, and he has been remanded for a few days pending further investigation of his situation. But I do want to clarify as what that you have mentioned as well, Marvin. Bukan semua polis macam ni. Not all policemen are this. The police are our heroes. They are our saviors. They are our guard. They take care of our safety before taking care of themselves. It's just that there are some, unfortunately, sebilangan, segelintir, sebiji dua je that's causing problem. And it is not fair for the public to point out to all police officers that they are all bad, isn't it? It's not fair, right?
Yeah, it's just like yesterday we saw the enforcement officers so-called torturing stray dogs. That's bad. I mean, but that's only a few of them that paint a bad picture of the Majuks.
Yeah, it is not everybody. So kepada netizen di luar sana, to all, I mean, like for all Malaysians out there, please do not make a sweeping statement that all policemen or policewomen are bad. It is just that some of them, again, kita asyik ulang je. We are not perfect. We are still human beings. We are still making mistakes at the end of the day. But these kind of mistakes, unfortunately, would be highlighted more because of the uniform that they're wearing, because who they represent. It is just an unfortunate case, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. That's right. So,
yeah.
But I hope our IGP will step in fast to suspend, terminate. Please, I will go for termination. We can't. There's no excuses at all. It's bad enough the party, but you have this narcotics. You consume drugs. I think. Who catch who?
Yeah, imagine the police doing rounding of the police themselves is just a bit of a madness. But jangan risau Malaysians, jangan risau netizen. Tak payah you all nak terus bombardkan. Again, sekali lagi, we from Act Now, I think I speak on behalf of Act Now, Melvin, that, we support the police. We respect the police and we love the police. It's just that some of them are unfortunately are not obeying the law.
I tell you, I met very charming police, and I also saw videos. Police feeding wild dogs, stray dogs. They actually pack food for the stray dogs.
Yeah, exactly. So, kalau netizen gatal tangan sangat nak type all of those comments online and everything, try to refrain yourself. Do not plaster all of the working police women and policemen out there the same kind of cloth, okay? Because they are not all the same. Diorang banyak lakukan, the sacrifices that they made, they are actually our frontliners as well. So we salute them for all the tasks and all the duties that they have done so far. Thank you, police. But just the partying police, kalau you nak party, you boleh call Melvin, okay? Melvin boleh settle you punya party.
Let me know, I join in.
Okay, just don't get caught, okay? No, we're not condoning that. We're not condoning that at all. Duduk rumah diam-diam, jangan campur dengan orang lain. Macam I dengan Melvin, kita duduk jauh, but we still are able to communicate with each other. All right, let's move on to the other topic at hand, what we want to discuss. This is a bit sad to actually hear. As you know, Melvin, that right now, the number of cases of COVID-19 death specifically has been rising quite significantly, and it is a very sad thing to happen in our beloved country of Malaysia. And unfortunately, due to this fact, some funeral homes or some funeral services are actually overcharging their clients. Can you just shed some story about this? What is actually happening over here, Marvin?
Well, some funeral operator actually took advantage of the situations and increased the rates than the normal usual rates, on the pretext that they have to be buying extra materials like the suits, the PPE suits and all those things, So it has been extra-written. They charge, according to the State Health Committee Chairman, Mr. S. Veerapan, they say the undertaker charged between 4,000 ringgit to 5,000 ringgit, with some packages go as high of 7,000 ringgit, where the reasonable rates will be 500 ringgit to 1,000 ringgit. So
Mhm.
that who's going to pay the additional, and also they acknowledge the this funeral is not no it's fast. It's just like it's not like those days that where you have a
You have
ceremony,
a
praise, and
memorial
everything.
service and so
Yeah,
on. Yes.
this one is just like straight from the hospitals. You just clean up. You do the funeral at fastest soon as possible. But the charges has been increasing. So
Mhm.
and at this time, it's not only the so-called during the pandemic, a lot of people has lost their job or lost their income, and they have to be burdened further.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
so
and just to get your opinion as well, due to the fact that, I mean, death has been happening more often or not every single day. As mentioned, number of cases of COVID-19 death has been on the rise recently. Maybe the undertakers, or should I say the funeral homes, are getting a bit overwhelmed, hence why they have to charge a bit more to hire more people to get things done faster. Would that be one of the reasons why they are actually doing this, Melvin?
yes, because they say that's extra manpower. They work 24 hours, but I think they work
Mm,
in shift. But then that's not warranted high rocket high prices. I show you my real experience. I mean, real experience
mm,
in that we donated. This is from a well-known NGO. There was a message came in the Facebook. Everyone donated. I say this couple, or elderly couple, lost their son.
mm.
Um, and the funeral charges was 20,000 ringgit.
Wow.
They make a post. It's a well-known, respectful NGO. This gentleman, and they say that the mother has only 10,000 ringgit. They need an additional 10,000 ringgit. Uh, I contribute because this NGO deserve to be recognized, and he's all up for it. But then I share with my partners. I say, why spend 20,000? Why charge 20,000 for a funeral?
Mm,
This was something about 3 weeks ago, something like that.
okay.
So, but I have to also have to highlight, because it's a reported in paper. That's something that's good. The Rwanda Asia Group founder, they say they will provide free services for poor family and minimum charges for those who can't afford. I mean, that's a good
Mhm.
CSR. We all should do, And the private funeral services, I think, let's be reasonable, please. Don't take advantage. Uh, we are we are badly hit. The country is badly hit, and I think the record breaking was 199 fatalities on July 21st. One day we have
Yep.
almost 200 people that passed away because of the COVID-19. So please have some humanity, so-called sense in you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also just to share with our viewers as well, I mean like for the Muslims who are in the state of Selangor, Lembaga Zakat Selangor sebenarnya boleh membantu kepada mereka yang benar-benar memerlukan, kerana Kerajaan Negeri Selangor ada membuatkan allocation ataupun mereka membantu keluarga-keluarga yang telah pun yalah yang kehilangan ahli keluarga mereka atas sebab COVID-19. Jadi kepada mereka di negeri Selangor specifically, I'm just speaking on behalf of negeri Selangor, you guys should go and check out Lembaga Zakat Selangor, kerana di sana anda boleh dapatkan segala informasi-informasi berkenaan dengan bantuan yang diberikan oleh pihak Lembaga Zakat Selangor atas hasil kerja Kerajaan Negeri Selangor juga. Jika saya tak salah, if I'm not mistaken, pihak Lembaga Zakat akan memberikan lebih kurang RM5,000 kepada setiap keluarga untuk membantu individu yang mana yang telah pergi meninggal dunia disebabkan COVID-19. Tetapi anda boleh dapatkan kepastian sendiri. You can actually get the actual information when you go and surf on laman
Yeah,
the website of Lembaga Zakat Selangor. I guess, regardless, Melvin, whether you're Muslims, you're Christians, you're Buddhists or whatnot, at the end of the day, it's all about trying to help each other, trying to ease
that's right.
each other's suffering as much as possible, right?
We
Everybody
should
needs
not
to
capitalize.
help.
We should not capitalize. Yeah, we should not capitalize on the bad situations. Take advantage of the situations.
Yeah, lebih-lebih lagi with the situation right now, nobody, I mean, people are losing jobs. People don't have, the proper way to live their lives anymore. Banyak yang hilang pekerjaan, banyak yang hilang punca pendapatan mereka. A lot of families are suffering right now. The white flag campaign is still going on. A lot of food banks has been open throughout the whole country. Tak kisahlah bukan saja di Lembah Kelang, malah di negeri-negeri yang lain juga, dari utara ke selatan, timur ke barat. Everybody is trying to help each other to
That's right.
lessen the burden. And that is what we're actually going to be talking pula sekarang ni. The third point that we want to highlight is that the scary part of it, as I mentioned to you, Melvin, and to our audience as well. People are suffering. Banyak banyak keluarga dan individu yang sangat-sangat terkesan disebabkan penanganan COVID-19 ini. COVID-19 has hit us 6 ways to Sunday, up, down, left, right, in and out. It has been hitting us in any possible direction ever.
Yes.
And it has been reported, Melvin, the scary part is that the household B40 has rise to about 8%. That is a scary thought, Melvin. Please share with us.
8% represents 600,000 households.
Mungkin banyak yang kata 8% tu sikit je kan, macam alah nombor yang kecil je. But how many household was that?
600,000.
600,000. Oh my God, that's almost a million.
Let's say, it's they would say it's just 600,000. It's not a million yet. It's 40% shots to a million. But then 600,000 household. Let's say per household, we give a very modest figure. Per household, 4 people. All right. You have 2.4 million people affected. All right. It's close to 8% of the population of 32 million in Malaysia. 33 million. That's a lot. You see, in 2019, where the basic survey amenities reports has conducted by the Department of Statistics Malaysia, we have classified Malaysia as B40, M40, T20. B40 represents the bottom 40 with a lower income group of household income of 4,850 ringgit per month. M40 is a middle 40%. 40% of populations has income between 4,851 ringgit to 10,970 ringgit per month. Of course, the T40, the upper class, right? The household income exceed 10,971. I mean, exceeded 11,000 per month ringgit of income. So, because of this pandemic, since last year to now, 1.5 years or more, people have lost their job, lost their incomes, and all these things, salary cuts. That's why that's 8% of the M40 actually has moved down to B40. And you know how many persons Malaysians claim that they have lost a job?
It cannot be a small number, isn't it? I bet the number is very, very big.
Yes, working class people. I mean, they have normally have works to do daily jobs and all these things, secure job. 17% of Malaysians claims loss of jobs.
Okay, that is a big number. 17% out of the whole Malaysia.
No, of working adults.
Of working adults. Okay. That is a scary thought, isn't it?
So working adults is probably 40% because you have seniors, retires, you have children, teenage, people studying, they're not considered working adults. We're talking working adults that earn salary, have a job, 17% claims they lost their job.
Yeah,
so it could be 40% of the population, 70% is a lot.
Yeah, it is a very huge number, and it was also reported that ever since the pandemic hit, Malaysia specifically, because again, like it or not, at the end of the day, Malaysians, we love our malls, but we also need to report that malls are also closing down. Shops inside malls, they had to close down. It was reported about 30% of shops in malls had to be closed down because of the fact that they cannot sustain, they cannot support their own business anymore, and they had to let go of people. And it was also reported that lebih kurang 300,000 orang yang bekerja di dalam shopping mall, specifically di kedai-kedai dalam shopping malls, 300,000 orang kehilangan pekerjaan semenjak pandemik ini melanda tanah air. But one thing I want to ask you as well, your opinion, Melvin, when it comes to all these numbers. Yes, it is crazy, it is sad, it is depressing, but this is not just a Malaysia problem. It has been hitting every other country as well, right?
Well, yes, it's not just Malaysia, but then we cannot console ourselves this we are not the only one. I always,
Okay.
yesterday I spoke to someone online. I say, yes, to my team, if you fall down, if I'm next to you, I say, oh, please, I will probably take you up. Oh, you're very in pain, and say, no, it's okay, you're going to recover soon. That's the only thing I can tell you. But who feel the pain? It's you yourself. So I hope that those smart Alex will tell, oh, we are not alone. Our neighbors are the same. But the die is us. Those are really, I mean, those in the shopping malls or running of shops and all these things, they have to maintain the rental, all right, and they have to maintain the staff because government say, yeah, you have to pay them. You cannot have a pay card and all these things. Well, that's easy for them to say. But the businessmen, the business persons are actually suffering. Where do they get all this income from? The cash they have burnt out last year. How could they maintain further? So if the malls still collecting rentals, they still have to pay the shop rents and all these things, and they know. Even yesterday reported those restaurant, coffee shops, they say, yes, even allow us to work, operate longer. Doesn't mean that our income will be able to cover. Right? When people are not allowed to dine in, just pack, and now a lot of days like me, I do most of my cooking myself for since last year. You know? Those days are okay, weekends we go dine out, But now every day we cook in, and hardly we order foods.
But it was reported also yesterday by the Minister of Finance, Tengku Datuk Zafro. He has also announced a stimulus package for more than about 100 plus million ringgit to be given to SME and micro owners, specifically in the agricultural field, as well as helping out the penggiat seni, or should I say mereka yang terlibat dalam industri kreatif. Grant sebanyak 10 juta ringgit diberikan kepada lebih 3,000 pengusaha giat seni di tanah air. At the end of the day, the government is still trying to do something to lessen the burden of its citizen, isn't it? I mean, like, they are.
Yes,
correct?
they have, but then our burning rates is high. It's not ever enough because they can give you one off or the food aids one off, but then it's even the food aids hardly can last for a week. So the burning rate is so high. So we have to.
So my question to you is, sorry, before you answer that, my question to you now, you said that it's not going to be enough. So I ask you, when will it be enough?
Well, honestly, we have to look into open up our economy. I mean, it's sad to say I was not a believer in June. In June, when we started the lockdown, we should be very strict. Right. But then now it's almost coming to August, and everyone's burnt out already. Don't talk about mental. Financially burnt out. Because we want to do it hard in the short-term terms, we do it. Now we have to prolong, and that is where we are dying off now, of course, the so-called vaccinations rate is high. Our PM said yesterday we hit 500,000. Fine. So we have to look into starting the economy back. And of course, I'm saying that everyone have to pay our responsible. The operator, the business owner, make sure their staff, everyone follow strict SOP. Do not cheat on that. As I said the other day, even construction company, make sure your people change the mask in full hygiene.
Exactly. As what I think the show should be. Yeah, exactly. As what the show should be actually named. I think we should actually change our show's name, Melvin, to Having Common Sense. Because again, it's all about having proper common sense practice moving forward in order for us not to just to take care of ourselves. Bukan untuk kita jaga diri kita saja, but we also need to take care of everyone else. All right, we're running almost out of time here, but I believe that, Melvin, you do have one more thing, one itsy bitsy thing that you want to share with us, something hot off the press. What's going on?
I was impressed by our Minister of Health.
Okay, Datuk Sri Dr. Adham Baba, just to clarify that.
They give a very good suggestion. They say you feel that your vaccinations you didn't get the proper vaccination, you didn't get the dose. They say go for a test after 2 weeks, RTK test, to check whether you're really vaccinated or not. If not, you have the reports. Go back to the center, claim it back. They will inject for you. Wow, that is a good idea. But I'm asking the question to our dear minister: who's going to pay for RTK cost? It's not cheap.
Maybe we can open up a tabung or dana, I mean like for you and myself, kalau siapa-siapa yang mungkin tak betul-betul vaccinated walaupun dah kena cocok kan, mungkin kita boleh buka.
We cocok on the same day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We cocok on the same day. Yeah.
So 2 weeks later, we go to the RTK reports. We charge back to the Minister of Health.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you pay for me? I think you're gracious enough to actually pay for my RTK test.
I don't have a minister package.
Good enough. All right, folks, that's the whole what's for lunch that we have for you today. As always, we are definitely going to be coming back to you guys on Monday. But before we leave you, Melvin, semalam kan kita dah belajar kalau you dah pergi ke sesuatu tempat, kalau you dah berada dekat negara Jerman, if you're already in Germany and you really want to relieve yourself, nature's calling, you have to ask somebody on how or where the toilet is. What do you say?
I just unzip myself. I want to go. Look here.
Okay. No, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Okay. Yesterday's lesson, apa yang ada ajar is wo is the toilet ataupun where is the toilet? Wo is the toilet. Sekarang ni, wo is the toilet. Now, because the fact that you just arrived in Germany after 12 hours of flight, you are so hungry. You are so hungry that you go to the nearest restaurant or the shops, you want to buy something. You want to complain to the Germans. You want to tell the Germans that you are hungry. What do you say? You say, before you don't need to teka lah. I'll tell you lah. You don't need to teka. You say, ich habe Hunger. I say it again. Ich habe Hunger. You say
he. Is it he?
Ich. I-C-H. Ich.
Ich habe Hunger.
Hunger. As in hunger, Hunger.
Hunger. Ich
habe.
Hunger.
Yep. Hunger. Hunger is English.
Bunga. I thought the bunga is N-G-A.
Not bunga with the letter H. So basically, if you go to Germany and you're hungry, you just tap on any German's shoulder. You just tell them, ich habe Hunger. That means I am hungry.
Are they so generous to buy you a meal? Will you say that?
I actually got a bun because, I mean, like, granted, that guy knew me lah. So yeah, I wouldn't go up to a stranger and ask lah. No, I don't want to cari pasal. All right, thanks a lot, Melvin, for coming on to the show again. We hope to see you again next Monday.
See you on Monday.
See ya. Bye. All right, guys, that's it for this week. But next week, we have a lot of interesting things that's going to happen during our show. We got plenty of special guests that we're going to have on our show of What's for Lunch. So make sure you tune in back with us on Hot Issue What's for Lunch next week on Monday, same time, same place at 12 p.m. We'll see you then. Yo Adlan, signing out. Take care. Assalamualaikum.